everybody, it's Rebecca here at Y Mermaids, and I'd like to first off say congratulations to everybody who is on track with their NaNowrimo word count goals. It is currently November 13th for you who are watching this, and that means that you are we are all 2 days away from being at the halfway point of NaNowrimo, for those of you who are, again, participating. And I, of course, am doing it. I don't know where I am at this point. I was on track yesterday. I haven't written today though, so we'll see what happens with this. It's also YALLFest this weekend, so will I write? Probably not. Probably not. But anyway, in order to celebrate NaNowrimo and how awesome we are all doing with our word counts, I am doing the Nanowrimo Tag today. This tag was created by Christina Horner, who was one of my favorite bigger booktubers. She's a big inspiration, and so go her. I like her. So she created this tag, and I was tagged by Tamara Woods, who I collaborated with a few weeks ago for Project WriteTube. So if you haven't checked out her, you should definitely do that as well, especially if you are into NaNowrimo or writing, because she's been doing a lot of update videos about that. So this tag is all about NaNowrimo, so let's just get into it. Number 1, how many times have you done NaNowrimo? This is my 3rd time doing NaNowrimo. 3rd time's the charm, right? 3 is my lucky number. I don't know, I'll probably keep doing it though, so it just happens to be my 3rd one. Number 2, how did you first hear about NaNowrimo? I actually don't know. I really don't know. I started doing this in 2012. That was my first year kind of attempting NaNowrimo. I was doing it with my best friend, although I don't think she actually ended up doing it that year, but whatever, we were going to. But I really don't remember how I got into it. I think I wanted to do it before and then never did. I don't know. I don't know. But last year I did it with the Young Writers program with my students. So, you know, there you go. I found out about that through the NaNowrimo website, and I thought that was really cool. So, yeah. Number 3, what was the name of the first novel you attempted with NaNowrimo? 3. Right? See, 3 is my lucky number. It was called 3. Yep, and it's right here. See? 3! And it's all in here. Yeah. I print them out at the end of each one, and then I put it in there like I'm gonna edit it, and then I never do. Number 4, give us a 1-sentence summary of what you're writing about this year. Well, nobody steal it, but basically the premise is, what if the characters on Hollywood Boulevard actually became the characters they were impersonating? That's the what if. So take it how you want. But yeah, that's what it's kind of about. Number 5, what's the best writing advice you've ever been given? Honestly, it's the standard one. It's write every day. And don't give up writing. Just write. Just write. Even if you think you're terrible and you think it's terrible, whatever you're writing, it doesn't matter. You just have to do it. You have to write. You have to set aside time every day to write. And I'm really bad about this because generally the only time that I force myself to write is NaNowrimo, but that is the biggest piece of advice, is just to do it. Just to do it, because that's the hardest part, is just doing it. So, like Nike says, right? Just do it. 6, did you ever take a year off from Nano, and why? I did. So I did it in my first year, 2012, and then I did it last year, 2014. So I took 2013 off because basically I had just started teaching the yearbook and the newspaper, and November is a very stressful month because it's the very first deadline that we have to submit for the yearbook, and so it's not an easy time to be spending every single day writing. But, so I was like, I just need to focus in on my job and what I'm doing here this year and not have to worry about NaNowrimo. So I just didn't do it that year. But then I picked it up again last year, and like I said, I did the Young Writers program with my students, so that was a big encouragement for me to write more and write every day, because they were writing, so I had to be the good role model inspiration. So I did, and I won that year. So there you go. 7, what's your biggest inspiration when figuring out what to write? Well, I get ideas from kind of wherever. Like, I've gotten ideas from dreams before. My first one, 3, that was from a dream. And then the one last year was kind of from a dream that I kind of adapted. And then this year's, it was actually from like a poem that I'd written when I lived in LA. It was it's one of the favorite things I've ever written, this poem. And I thought about it, and then I got that one little line from it that inspired this entire novel this year. The line was something about Tickle Me Elmo, who lives in a dumpster. And I just was like, oh yeah, like characters, they always really fascinated me. So that's where I get the ideas. But then I'd like to have somebody to talk it out with. So like, my first year, for instance, I was really in, like, I sat down and pretty much hashed out the entire plot with my now husband, and he helped me really kind of, he poked all the holes at it, and so he's a big inspiration for me for figuring out what to write. He'll tell me if it's a bad idea, which is really great, and so I tend to lean on him a lot, and yeah, but that's, my inspiration just kind of comes from a little bit of everywhere, and like what ifs. Number 8, read us the first sentence from one of your novels. Alright, well, here we go. I don't know how good this is because I don't think it's very good when I'm rereading it now, but it's the better of the 3. So we're just gonna go with it. I have not edited. I would probably edit this sentence. But anyway, this is from 3. He woke to the bitter taste of blood gently oozing from a split down the middle of his lip. His teeth must have dragged open in his sleep. Yeah, right? Right? Not very good. Or you could do this year's, which is Darth Vader was the worst. I kind of like that one better. We're gonna go with that one. That's my official answer, is Darth Vader was the worst. And finally, number 9 is why do you love writing? I've always been a writer. I've always liked writing. I've been writing since I was a kid. When I was in like the 1st grade, I had like a whole portfolio of like stories I'd written and stuff, and I would write fan fiction, and I would write like novels when I was in high school, like in my notebook in math class when I was bored. And so writing is just like an escape for me, and it's a place where I can go and create my own world, which is really fun. And it's also just a chance for me to be creative and a way for me to feel productive and just kind of escape a little bit into this other place and explore the lives of different people. Plus, I don't know, like having characters and like letting them, like I'm a pantser all the way. I love to like just watch and see what the characters do and where they take me, and I think it's so thrilling. So that's why I love writing, even though I am terrible about a schedule for it. Well, that is it for the questions. If you're doing NaNoWrimo and you have not done this tag, I'm gonna tag you because you should do it. It actually, like, it helps you kind of reflect on NaNoWrimo and why you're doing it and why it's important, which is, you know, why are we doing it? We're doing it because we want to challenge ourselves and we want to write a novel in a month and tell a story. We want to tell that story that's been digging at us that we're ready to tell. So yeah, if you're doing NaNoWrimo, also just let me know in the comments below how you're doing. Have you met your word count? Let's just chat writing down in the comments below. So hope you're having a great weekend. If you're at YALLFest, I hope to see you there, because I'm there. And that is it for me today. I'll see you next time.